Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Baking with Jesse, and today we have my friend Jake, and today we're making a lovely babka. And what kind of bread is that, Jake?
Well, it's a brioche, and it's got like some chocolate layers in it, and it's more of a Jewish or Eastern European bread, but it's good.
It's good. Looks really tasty. We just followed a recipe we found online and wanted to give it a go. So, let's do it.
Let's get after it.
So these are going to be your ingredients for your dough: the water, yeast, flour, sugar, salt, eggs, and butter. And later on you'll have to make your chocolate mixture as well, so I'll show you the ingredients for that then.
Alright, so to start off, you're going to get 3/4 of a cup of lukewarm water and about 12.5 grams of active dry yeast, and then you're going to pour the yeast into the water, and then you're going to stir it up a little bit, and then you're going to let it sit for about 5 to 6 minutes.
Guys, we're going to mix together our dry ingredients, which is 3.5 cups of flour. Let's get it all in there. We're going to add our granulated sugar. And then we're going to go ahead and add our salt as well, which is about 3/4 teaspoon. Going to go ahead and put on the dough mixer, or the dough hook rather, and let it stir those ingredients together for a moment. And then we'll add in some of our wet ingredients.
Alright guys, so next you're going to add your 3 eggs into your mixture. And then you're going to add your yeast mixture into your dough.
All over the side. Mess! So it's starting to come together, and brioche dough is a little bit sticky, a little wet, so you just let it do its thing and get all the flour and wet ingredients mixed together before you add your butter. Okay guys, so dough is starting to come together. We're going to go ahead and add 10 tablespoons of butter, just right on in there. Make sure it's unsalted and that it's room temperature so that it can just incorporate right in. Sometimes the butter tends to stick to the side, so in order to prevent that, just scrape it down. Get it back in there. You really want to make sure it's all in the dough. Do it on a medium speed and just let it go for a minute. Alright guys, so you can see the dough in here is starting to come together. It's starting to look pretty smooth. We're going to let it go for just a couple more minutes, probably total mixing time after you've added the butter, like 10 minutes or so. But you want it to come together in a sort of ball, and then you want it to make sure that it's not too sticky as well. But it doesn't want to be too hard either, so you got to find that kind of balance, because it's an enriched dough. It's an enriched dough, so it's going to be more wet naturally, so we'll just give it another little go. Alright y'all, so Jake here is just scraping down the sides. It seems like it's about done and pretty smooth. And we have a large bowl here that we have oiled that the dough is going to rise in.
And we're just going to give it a flip to get the oil all over it. And then we're going to take a bowl and cover it
With
saran wrap or a towel, or whatever you feel like is necessary, for
12 to 24 hours.
Sure.
So for the chocolate paste that goes inside the babka, you're going to need unsalted butter, powdered sugar, cocoa powder, and dark chocolate that's preferably 70% or higher cocoa.
Alright guys, so today we're going to start off with cutting up our chocolate. You want it to be roughly 70% cacao, but we have 40. And so you need 180 grams, and we're just going to start cutting it.
So I don't have a fancy doubler boiler, so I'm just using a pot of like 1/2 inch of hot water, and then I got this glass bowl on top. And then we're going to add our butter first. And once it's melted down, then we'll go ahead and mix in our powdered sugar, cocoa powder, and our crushed up chocolate. Alright, we're going to add our powdered sugar. Now that it's all melted up, I'll go ahead and add in the cocoa powder as well. Just good mix, kind of working quickly, get it incorporated. You just don't want it to burn.
So I actually wanted to pause the video right here and give a little warning. Whenever you're making this chocolate paste, you need to make sure that your double boiler is just under boiling, because if any of the steam escapes and gets in the mixture, it can cause the chocolate to seize up and become really gritty, and that's actually, sadly, what happened to ours. So if it does do this, what you can do is you can add a teaspoon of hot water at a time, one at a time, and add it back into the mixture, or you can add a little bit more fat like butter or vegetable oil to kind of break it up, but it's quite a finicky little thing to get just right.
Alright guys, so we took our dough out of the fridge, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to roll that one out into about a 1/2 inch rectangle. Wrap up the other in that same plastic wrap. Stick it back in the fridge so it can stay cool so we can work with it. For it. Now I have this fancy one here, and it has the different size rings. Just got it for a couple bucks on Amazon. Not a paid promotion, just saying. Okay, so guys, 1/2 inch was too thick. Less than that was too thick still, so we just took them off. They're cool, but I don't know, we're just a little bit too cool for it right now, I guess. Alright, so we have it into a sort of rectangular type thing. Just gonna do our chocolate on here. We had a little bit of trouble with the chocolate on the first one, so we tried to fix this one to where it was a bit smoother. And that's definitely spreading a lot easier, like 10 million times easier. So again, you're gonna spread it out until you're about 1 inch from the end here. And just use some water to, you can either brush this or use your clean fingers. Just help just give it something to stick to. Okay guys, so ours is still a little bit sticky. Now you can stick it back in the fridge for a while, probably like 30 minutes, harden it back up for a bit to work with it a bit more, but we don't have that kind of time right now. So what you want to do is just cut it in half. Let's hope ours cuts. Wow, that is looking kind of ugly, but it's okay. Just simply do a slight little braid. Okay, well, you can see right there you kind of got your layers of your chocolate and stuff, and I'm sure it's not pretty exactly right now, but it's still going to taste great. So we'll take these up at the ends, pinch them together, and just lift it in and put it in the pan, kind of when it's centered. And then with a tea towel, a damp tea towel or a big plastic bag, you'll let this sit out room temperature for about 1 hour to 2 hours, or at least till it's doubled in size. Alright y'all, so I actually got this Best Buy bag here that I've been using. It's clean inside and stuff, but you can just kind of create this little air pocket, and it will do the same thing as a tea towel, just keeping the moisture in. And just have the light on so it's not hot, but it does get a little bit warmer in there, so. Now, oh my gosh, you can't just squish it like this. Okay, so next guys, you take it out of your Best Buy bag, or the tea towels over top, and at 375,
We got some thick boys.
got some thick boys, as he said, and we're just gonna pop them in the oven. I got a pizza stone, we can do it right on that. It helps hold the heat. And you'll do that for about 25 to 30 minutes. We'll check it then. Alright y'all, so we have 1/3 cup of sugar in here and 1/3 cup of water. And basically we're just gonna mix this until it becomes like a liquidy substance. It's gonna be like a sugar syrup that you can pour on top of the top of your babka. So I just checked it, and although it's looking quite brown on the top after about 25 minutes, in the inside it's still pretty doughy. So I'm gonna cover it with a little bit of tin foil on top to keep it from browning too much, and let it go for another 10 minutes. Alrighty guys, don't those look beautimous? So now we're just gonna put on our sugar syrup just straight out of the oven, and just use all of that to kind of keep it moist and give it a nice sweet glaze on top. It smells amazing. Alrighty y'all, so these have been sitting and cooling on the cooling rack for a good while, about 30 minutes to an hour, maybe a little longer, but you want to make sure they're a little bit cooled before you cut into them. So we're going to cut in and take a slice. Ooh, nice and crumbly. Ta-da! I approve.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
Chocolate really brings out some flavor.
It'd be great with a cup of coffee. It'd be a great bread to impress your friends with. Show them you got baking skill. Not bacon skill, but baking skills. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you like, subscribe, and yeah. Look forward to making more videos.
Tune back in next week.
See ya.
By the way guys, this babka makes amazing French toast. Add a little bit of homemade whipped cream with some fresh fruit and powdered sugar, and boy, you're in for a good time. Enjoy!